dans le cadre d'Octobre Rose, l'association femmes de foot, a décidé d'organiser toute une série d'animations. Et on leur a proposé de donner ce coup d'envoi. Très belle initiative en tout cas pour Strasbourg et cette association de donner le coup d'envoi de cette partie qui va être largement suivie, on n'en doute pas. C'est parti à la Méno, ça fait 7844 jours que Thierry Henry n'a plus foulé la pelouse de la Méno. C'était le 29 avril 1997 en Ligue 1, une victoire 2-0 de l'AS Monaco avec des buts signés Sonny Anderson, le consultant beIN Sport, et Victor Ikpeba. Il avait remplacé Sonny Anderson, Thierry Henry, pour les 10 dernières minutes de cette rencontre. Voilà, ça fait 21 ans, 5 mois et 21 jours. Il n'a plus mis les pieds sur cette pelouse en Ligue 1. On va voir ce que ça donne pour Thierry Henry. Et pour suivre cette rencontre au plus près du nouveau coach de l'AS Monaco, on va faire un petit coup évidemment à John Ferreira qui est au bord du terrain et qui a suivi tout l'échauffement du nouvel entraîneur de l'AS Monaco. Bonjour John, est-ce que vous m'entendez?
Oui, bonsoir, je vous entends très bien. Je peux vous dire qu'il y a eu une grosse ambiance. Et on a eu, et on en avait parlé avec Smaïl dans le multiplex juste avant, des frissons lorsque Thierry Henry est entré pendant cet échauffement, parce qu'il y a eu droit à une ovation de la Méno. On y reviendra dans quelques instants, mais je peux vous dire qu'il y a énormément d'attentes autour de l'entraîneur monégasque et même du côté des supporters de Strasbourg. Je peux vous dire, ils sont derrière lui, mais pas forcément maintenant. 90 minutes donc pour essayer de faire la différence pour Thierry Henry pour sa première.
Le feu des projecteurs pour cette première en Ligue 1. Évidemment, il est très attendu. Beaucoup plus que Patrick Vieira. Qui jouera demain contre l'Olympique de Marseille. Rencontre également à haute intensité. Strasbourg et l'AS Monaco qui nous intéressent, avec des Monégasques en difficulté quand même en Ligue 1 depuis plusieurs semaines. Ils sont pour leur barragiste. Jean-Yves Aouli, le premier fautif de cette rencontre. Lui qui s'est révélé sous le maillot bleu de Strasbourg. Le terrain défensif, arrivé d'Orléans, qui a grandi avec Strasbourg avant de partir cet été du côté du Rocher. L'ancienne équipe d'avoir un très bon coup franc. Adrien Thomasson qui va s'en charger. L'ancien Nantais. C'est parti pour Adrien Thomasson, c'est frappé au deuxième poteau. Très tranquillement pour Seydou pour son premier ballon, ça va le mettre en confiance, le gardien sénégalais. On l'a dit, titulaire en l'absence de Daniel Subasic et de Diego Benaglio, tous les deux touchés à la cuisse. Henry a fait ce choix-là. Titularisé Seydou, il avait le choix entre
Monaco's 3-1 defeating Guingamp in April, back end of last season. He had a very poor game. Glick. Straight away for Jovetic, it's Lala covering. Lala, who's been flourishing in the past few weeks since Thierry Laurey has decided to deploy this system. It involves three centre-backs and a lot of energy being deployed by Carol and Lala, but they've done it with great joy. Lala even getting a couple of goals in the past few weeks as well, one after a brilliant run forward at the Velodrome against Marseille. Da Costa past Henrich, or just about. It's a foul given against the German international, signed from Bayer Leverkusen in the summer. People or so here at this famous stadium in eastern France. making plenty of noise, trying to intimidate this rather shy Monaco side. Shadley, who worked with Henri at the World Cup amongst other experiences with the Belgian national setup. One of 3 players on the pitch to have done so, including his teammate Yuri Tillemans and the Strasbourg goalkeeper Mats Sells. Never lost to Strasbourg as a player, Thierry Henry. Made 4 appearances against them, including 1 here at La Meno, where he came on for the last 2 minutes. It was the only game against Strasbourg in which he didn't score. 3 goals in 4 for Henry as a Monaco player against the Alsatians. Really doesn't mean much. It's a completely different game for him now. Here's Cornier. Well, closed down by Shadley. Ibrahima Sissoko. By Touré, displaying that unfamiliar centre-back position this evening. In the absence of Jemison, Raji suspended, of course, after he lashed out at Clément Grenier in that 2-1 defeat to Rennes in Monaco's last game. So without Kevin Ondoram, who was assaulted by a motorbike rider following a minor road incident during the week. Serrano and Pierre Gabriel, the other defenders, unavailable this evening for Monaco. Carroll. Poked away by Touré, but only half cleared. Sidibé completes it. Recycled for Henrys. Back out towards Sidibé, using the width of the pitch here, the Monaco side. Certainly is a tough act to follow for Henry after Jardim, who really helped write one of the club's greatest pages, pipping the modern-day Paris Saint-Germain to the title 2 seasons ago. And the 161 Ligue 1 games that Monaco played under Leonardo Jardim, 92 ended in wins, just 28 defeats. 309 goals and conceded 165 over that period, setting an incredible amount of records in that title-winning season. And it was a very difficult task he was given at the beginning of this current campaign, after so many players were sold this summer. And the quality of the replacements certainly a little more questionable than in previous years, having lost the likes of Fabinho and Thomas Lemar, to name but a couple. Coutinho as well, a real kingpin in that midfield last season. Golovin spotted the run of Sidibe ahead of him. Defended well by Karol, but Golovin has managed to make something of it. Jovetic into Sidibe, Falcao freeing himself, and Sidibe tried to go for goal. The Colombian had created a little pocket of space. He wasn't found by his full-back. First signs of fluidity in Monaco's attacking sector, though. Something they were distinctly lacking in their past few games. Defeats to Rennes, Saint-Etienne and Angers in the 3 games coming into this one. So Jovetic takes a bit of a blow to the head. Serbia on Montenegro there as Mitrovic came in rather heftily. And Kenny Lala is up from the back here. Armi Toure had to cover. Jovetic back to his feet, and Golovin has the ball at his. Lively opening 10 minutes, but no chances of note yet. Shadley. Monaco's fullbacks playing very high up the pitch as Jovetic floats a delightful ball into Falcao. Strasbourg standing firm for the time being. Shadley. It's out by Da Costa, who could get Strasbourg on the move here. Gonçalves has played in. Nuno Da Costa, who I don't think will get the corner. I don't think he should have anyway, but he has. Nuno Da Costa, the Cape Verdean international. I think it came off his left boot after he tried to cut back in. Strasbourg a little fortunate there. Those fans won't be complaining. In by Thomasson. Foul given. Again, he's giving off confidence. Thierry Henry looks assured, not pacing up and down or gesticulating too much, just taking it in, seeing what his side are presenting in this opening quarter of an hour. Of course, he's had to work without a lot of his internationals in the first few days on the job. Didn't want to use that as an excuse, though. It's the way it is for every manager who has players good enough to be called up for their country. Aolu. Toure for Shadley. Again, it's Henrys who is miles ahead of him, and it's a similar sort of situation on the right with Sidibe really hugging the touchline forward for Monaco. Jovetic trying to go in alone. And he was caught on the edge of the box. Yellow card for Stefan Mitrovic, the Strasbourg captain, in a very interesting position for the free kick for Monaco. Great footwork from Mitrovic, who spotted the space in behind and just poked it. He knew that he'd get there, and if he didn't, he'd get the free kick. Scored here last season in a 3-1 win for Monaco. Stevan Jovetic. Very nice goal too, if I remember correctly. It looks like it will be the Montenegrin Messi who stands above this free kick. And the T1 will now try to put beyond Matt Sells in the Strasbourg goal. Tasty looking position this for Stevan Jovetic. It's a good strike too, and palmed away by Matt Sells. The first effort on target of the evening is Stevan Jovetic's, and well saved by the Strasbourg goalkeeper. Danger not quite over yet though. Play their way out of trouble. Just about getting away with it, Strasbourg. Very good use of his body there from Nuno da Costa. Lala looking early, spotted a run there. And Seydouci! What a howler from the Monaco goalkeeper. Adrien Thomasson gets his first Strasbourg goal, and Thierry Henry's visitors are behind. Very well played by Kenny Lala, who spotted that run back post from Adrien Thomasson. It was a nothing header, really. And a very poor piece of goalkeeping from the Senegalese giant. Just letting it slip through his fingers. Henry's Monaco behind. Thomasson has put Strasbourg in front. The noise levels mount here at La Minot, as does the pressure on these Monaco players. What have they learned from Henry this week? His winning mentality certainly rubbed off when he was a player. Can it now rub off on the players that he's coaching? They find themselves one down within the opening 20 minutes. Such a poor way to concede as well. And the goalkeeper now has to do his best to put that out of his mind. Charge of the ball, Monaco. They looked fairly comfortable. They just had the first shot on target of the game, thanks to that Jovetic free kick. Barely a minute later, Strasbourg were down the other end, rippling the net. Sissoko. Gonçalves cut out, but he'll get it back, will Sissoko. Play on, says the referee, Nicolas Rainville. Doesn't come to much for Strasbourg. Tielemans just about clearing up. to make sure they don't panic now, this Monaco side. They have the quality in their ranks to pull one back. They certainly do. Thierry Henry's words were, morale is low at the moment. Toure. Side against Henrys. Perhaps the way Thierry Henry's wing-backs are playing were part of the reason that Lala could switch to Thomasson like that, and he had such a head start in that run going forwards. I think Seydou will be glad that that's gone down as a Thomasson goal. Almost scooped it into the net himself. Strasbourg's 17th goal of the season already. Currently on course for a third consecutive home win, something they haven't managed since March 2005 in the top flight. Shadley, brilliant ball, he's found Henrys in behind here. Again offside though, the German full-back. It's a fantastic ball from Nasser Shadley. Will take some sort of encouragement from that, and they'll want to try and repeat such a position, if you like. So far, after 22.5 minutes, it certainly looks like all the hype around this being Thierry Henry's first Monaco game is favouring the Strasbourg players, who look relaxed out there, confident of their abilities, and their efforts so far have seen them go one goal up. Golovin. Now Aoulou trying to take it past Thomasson. He's got back to his feet and has the ball back. Kone there just ahead of Falcao, and asking just a bit too much there of Kenny Lala, who again is the further Strasbourg player forward. Mami Toure, who's back in the 11 this evening. He was left out in the past few weeks by Leonardo Jardim. His first appearance since that 2-1 defeat in Bordeaux in the third week of action. Nicely done, Lala. Thomasson let it run and surprised even his own teammate with it. Signs that he is sharp though. Certainly that goal, his first in Strasbourg's colours, will have done him the world of good. His 12th career Ligue 1 goal. arrived from Nantes in the summer. Carroll to Da Costa. Turned and shot, and off Kamil Glik it goes behind for a corner kick. Strasbourg have settled into this game, and that goal has really given them a boost. They are on top now. Seydou needs something to go his way to really forget that error. Thomasson's corner, flicked on by Da Costa. Cornier was there at the back post, and the Monaco player had to get there ahead of him. It was Benjamin Henrichs, brave. The vital interception. The goal scorer Thomasson across to take the second corner. Low, flicked behind by Benjamin Cornier. Just off target with that one, the qualified optician, Benjamin Cornier. Worked it nicely, but Sidibe lost out. Tielemans couldn't gather. Well played Touré. Golovin again. Just ahead of Falcao. Quite working yet, these Monaco passes. Delightful from Carroll. Playing with confidence on the home side. Centre-backs running with the ball at feet, their full-backs going past players with bits of skill. Most of all, scoring goals too. Gonçalves, out for Lala, who created that opener. Lamin Kone finding Lala. Great awareness from him to switch play out for Lionel Carroll. Former Seville and Galatasaray fullback. Into Sissoko. Just slipped. Made 90 Ligue 1 appearances over the course of his career. Scoring 17 goals. What could do with a player like him right now. Interesting to see what his policy is with youth at Monaco as Da Costa springs free, and this time Seydou hangs on to the ball. He does have one forward in Willem Geubels that is billed for very big things. 20 million euros, still a teenager from Lyon in the summer. Yet to to play this season for the first team. And Lala judged to have fouled Henrichs there. A little unlucky. Yeah, silver-haired full-back. Let's have another look then. Oh, Henrichs made the most of it. There was a second for which Lala's left hand was grabbing the shirt, but nothing more. Dangerous position with a free kick for Monaco, who've only scored 1 of their 9 goals so far this season in the first half of games. Can they worry Matt Sells here? Quarter of an hour to go until Thierry Henry's first half-time team talk. Headed away. Comes to Henrichs, trying to make the room to strike it at goal. Falcao might make something of it, and he has! Or has he? Nicolas Rainville spotted the flag on the far side. Offside against El Tigre. We do have, of course, the video assistant referee watching this in the technical room. They seem to be all in agreement with the official on the far side that that was indeed offside. And the first goal of Thierry Henry's managerial career will have to wait. Again, lots of space out there for Carroll. Strasbourg have lost just once at home this season, and they've only been shut out once, both home and away. That was by Lyon. Will continue another week, that record. Toure bringing it out from the back, and it's created a nice bit of room here for Sidibé. Ball in towards Falcao. Was he being held by Lamine Kone there? Thomasson coming deep. Sissoko. Gonçalves. Kone signed from Sunderland. Loan for the season. And Kone, and this is bad news for Monaco. Falcao's international exertions catching up with him. He's taken the armband off, which is certainly not a positive indication. First 34 minutes of Henry's reign in Monaco, not going to plan. Unhappy about something, claiming a push in the back. I think it happened off the ball. Let's have a look. There he was pushed. It wasn't given. So off goes Falcao. And Kamil Glik takes over the captaincy. Another man who represented his country over the course of the international break. He played 90 minutes in both Poland games against Portugal. Scored an own goal in that 3-2 defeat against the Portuguese on Thursday. And he shake his troops here into earning something. 10 minutes to go until the break. I imagine Musa Silla may be the man coming on to replace Falcao. Monaco down to 10 for the time being. Gonçalves finding Lala. Striking at goal, Lala, why not? Seydouci looks very uncomfortable catching the ball. Hardly breathing confidence for this Monaco back line to see their goalkeeper fumble like that after the goal he conceded 20 minutes ago. No doubt Strasbourg will look to exploit that as Matt Sells wins the foot race with Jovetic. Monaco will return to 11. Here's number 34, Musa Silla, who comes on in place of Monaco, Falcao, sorry. The 18-year-old on for his 5th appearance of the season, and Aoulou denied by Matt Sells. Silla immediately involved, pulling back for Aoulou. Almost equalised against his former team. Will have been his first goal for Monaco too. Chadley's corner. Headed and cleared off the line by Kenny Lala this time. Not sure which Monaco player it was that got the header in, but it came very close to providing an equaliser. May have been that man, Armani Touré. Monaco knocking on the door. That won't help let them in. Bay. Flick into Touré. Jovetic is trying to start the attacks now by dropping very deep. He's given it away on that occasion. Good defending from Ibrahima Sissoko. Been much hype during the World Cup, signed from CSK Moscow for 30 million euros, hasn't really made an impact yet. As Chadley crosses, comes to Henrys. Well wide of goal. Good chance though for Henrys. Didn't quite keep it down enough. had that earlier chance. The offside goal scooped nicely into the net by Falcao. Just went a little early though. Free kick for Strasbourg here as we get into the final 4.5 minutes of this first half. Kenny Lala readying himself. Be aiming for the likes of Sissoko and Kone in the middle. Goes wide to Cornier first. And that one is blocked by Tielemans. Through by Lala, he'll get it back from Cornier. Tackle coming in from Henris. Jovetic all the way back defending for Monaco. His clearance only finds Sissoko, who's held off Silla. Done very well, Ibrahima Sissoko finds Da Costa too. Silla taking a risk, was a little lucky there to hear the whistle blow. Nicolas Rainville convinced he was fouled as he tried a difficult turn on the edge of his penalty area. Cornier, the apparent guilty party. Toure. Shadley. Henris. Too much on it from Shadley. Have they got the corner kick out of it? No. Again, just a little disjointed, that final ball, which has been Monaco's problem in so many matches this season. It's yet to be worked out by Thierry Henry. As I mentioned earlier in the Friday's training session, the one this week where he had all of the fit players at his disposition, meaning those that all came back from international duty. He was working mainly on getting the ball out quickly from the back once possession recuperated, and equally set pieces. But no doubt he will quickly move on to those transitions between midfield and attack, which so far are not quite gelling. Jovetic trying to find Golovin, cleared away by Pablo Martinez. Flick forward towards Silla. Monaco have the throw inside the final minute of normal time in this first period. Not much has changed for Monaco visibly. He hasn't had much time to work with them, Thierry Henry, but showing similar sort of characteristics to what they were under Jardim. No electroshock has happened quite yet. Can he perhaps administer that during this upcoming half-time break? The first of his managerial career in terms of team talks. Sidibé, that's a good ball for Silla, who's goal side of Martinez. Good tackle coming in. Jovetic drops for that one. Now Golovin! onside, but just fluffed his lines completely. Great ball over the top from Jovetic, and Golovin, that was a big moment for him. He wasn't up to it. Fournier, good ball, finding Thomasson. Midway through the only minute added on at the end of this first period. Soko. Floated towards Cornier. Through to Seydouci. And right on the minute mark, Nicolas Rauville blows for half-time. It hasn't been particularly inspired from Thierry Henry's Monaco in this first half of his managerial reign. Strasbourg have been relaxed. They've let Monaco take the pressure, take the headlines that have been put on this game, and they've just done their job. Adrien Thomasson's goal after 17 minutes is the difference between these two at half-time. And we'll hear from Almar Mitour right now.
On a l'impression qu'il y a encore la poisse sur l'AS Monaco, c'est difficile.
C'est vrai que c'est pas une première mi-temps facile pour nous.
It's true, it wasn't easy for Monaco in that first half, but they're looking to hold on and show what they learnt in training this week, and the chances will come. Chances have been created. They have to continue to be created until a goal is scored.
Le buteur de cette première période. Le Racing Club de Strasbourg finalement a fait le travail, a fait ce qu'il fallait en se procurant quelques occasions, mais surtout en la mettant au fond.
Ouais, franchement, c'est difficile. Ils ont un dispositif
qui
nous pose pas mal de problèmes parce que
their setup has been causing us plenty of problems because they're using the whole width of the pitch. But I think we can be more focused in the way we attack. We're fortunate enough to be one up, and now it's about holding that. We'll try and score a second first to give ourselves a little bit more room for manoeuvre. Oh, it's that man, Adrien Thomasson's goal, that gives Strasbourg the lead and gives Thierry Henry plenty to mull over during his half-time team talk baptism, which is just about getting underway now in the visiting dressing room here at La Méno. Monaco, well, they started quite well. They were on top in terms of possession, created a few chances themselves, but the one that counted was created at the other end, and really it was a mistake from their goalkeeper Seydouci that's let them down badly. Otherwise, it hasn't been bad, not exactly impressive, but still plenty to work on. This was the first good chance of the game. Jovetic palmed away by Matt Sells from the free kick. About a minute later, Strasbourg hits Monaco on the counter. Look at the space for Thomas on their far side. It's Aoualou tracking him. But really, there's not much you can say about that piece of goalkeeping. Really letting the team down with that fumble, Seydouci. Doesn't get opportunities very regularly. Perhaps you can see why. Disappointment for Henry, but Strasbourg came again. Kenny Lala's been very lively in this first period. He had a shot from some way out, but again it was fumbled by Seydouci. Silla just come on at this point. Feeding Aoualou. Saved by Sells. That was perhaps Monaco's best chance of the first half after 37 minutes of play. And Henrys did have an opportunity 5 minutes before the break, as it was indeed Touré's header. Cleared off the line by Pinilala. And that's that for the first period. We'll be back in 10 minutes or so with the second half action. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back to the Stade de la Méno in Strasbourg, where Monaco trail 1-0 after 45 minutes of play. A dreadful error from their goalkeeper, Seydou Sy, giving Strasbourg the lead after 17 minutes. Things got worse when Radamel Falcao had to be replaced with an injury just after 35 minutes of play. What has Thierry Henry's team talk done? Can his men turn it around? 45 minutes to do so. There is the man that replaced Falcao after 35 minutes, Moussa Sylla, now partnering Jovetic up front for this second half. Reminder that the captain of that 1998 World Cup squad that Thierry Henry was part of, Didier Deschamps, also lost his first game as a manager, and that was in charge of Monaco as well. Fair to say his managerial career has worked out okay since. A huddle for Strasbourg at the start of this second period. Can they see this one out? Can they deny Henry the headlines he was hoping for? So far, it's looking good for the hosts. What can Monaco muster up in this second half? Given away straight away by Sidibé. And foul. Aoualou on Cornier. Fantastic bit of business that Strasbourg did with Jean Aoualou, who will become the first Monaco player in the book. They bought him for 500,000 euros from Orléans in January 2017. Sold him on to Monaco for 40 million this summer. You do the maths, it is a huge profit. And he's one of the players that hasn't really delivered in the Monaco shirt since signing for big money this season. Had a good chance in the first half, saved by Sells. Here's Glick wearing the armband since Falcao was replaced. Sidibé gets to that one. Flicks on for Sylla, who, if he has one thing, it is pace. But it's perhaps not crossing ability. That one clattering the caging behind Matt Sells' goal. Rather strange expression on the Monaco coach's face. 41 years old, 24 years after he made his professional debut for Monaco against Nice at the Stade Louis II. Aoualou. Golovin back for Aoualou. Now Torre. Shadley. Monaco moving the ball quite well in the opening stages of this second period. Sidibe. Golovin will get there. And crosses well too. Away by Mitrovic. Tielemans into Silla. Sidibe takes over and blocked rather painfully by the Strasbourg captain Stefan Mitrovic. Had to get into the way of that though. And that will leave him out of action for a couple of minutes at least. Oof. Very difficult one to shake off, that. Shadley stands over the resulting corner. Mitrovic immediately marking Glick. And it is towards Glick, who wins his battle, but couldn't direct the header with any purpose. The only man to start all 10 games this season for Monaco, Kamil Glick. Joined the club at the beginning of that title-winning 2016-17 campaign. He was the captain of Torino in Italy beforehand. Certainly made himself a favourite at Monaco in very little time, as Silla looks to make something of this here. Mitrovic across to stop him. Silla, second bite of the cherry. Only finding Lamin Kone. Thomasson does very well to feed Gonçalves. Equally, knew he didn't have much support and went over cleverly. Anthony Gonçalves scored Strasbourg's first home goal of the season against Saint-Etienne on the second weekend of action. His only goal in the top flight, that one. Acosta wriggling his way free of three different Monaco players. And he has it back from Gonçalves. Into the feet of Cornier. Look to return to Da Costa once again. Eventually cleared by Glick, but it'll come back again with Gonçalves. Lala down the line for Gonçalves, battling with Henrys. And getting the better of Benjamin Henrys. And very frustrated, understandably, to be pulled up there by the referee. It was 50-50, both men going at each other. Look there, like Gonçalves might have won the free kick, and Henrys cleverly making sure the arms of Gonçalves that then went around him sent him to the ground. Well played by the 21-year-old German fullback. Already a Confederations Cup winner. It's 20 million euros in the summer. One of the latest signings of the transfer window from Bayer Leverkusen. Certainly not a man who would have expected to be battling in the bottom three this season. Lala. Sissoko. It's a poor pass towards Gonçalves. 8 minutes gone since the restart. Shadley looking for runners. Silla provides. Goal kick given. Frustration on the face of Thierry Henry. Sidibe strong, finding Golovin, who's earned the throw-in for Monaco. A little more urgency now in the way that Monaco look to pick that ball up. Silla back for Sidibe. Rami Touré selling his colleague Shadley a little short. Are happy to settle for the free kick there. Yellow card for Shadley. Second Monaco player to go into Nicolas Rainville's book. Simple decision. Sissoko. Carol. Put it in quickly. It was a decent ball to Glick, not prepared to let it run. Sidibe. Strasbourg still very much in this one, despite the recent Monaco pressure. They're still ahead, of course, as Shadley breaks away with the ball, chased by Gonçalves. Inside Gonçalves, Shadley still going here. And as he spotted the options on the near side, across came Benjamin Cornier to stop any chance of an attack. Lala again looking early. That time Kamil Glick was equal to it. Tielemans, good footwork from him, just caught in the centre circle. The Belgian international who's providing one of the positives from Monaco's season so far. Much better looking in a Monaco shirt than he was in the past campaign. As that's turned behind by Lamine Kone. Appreciated by his goalkeeper. It was Jovetic who was lurking behind him. Had to be careful to get his arms out of the way too, Kone. Another set piece for Nasser Shadley then. Some delivery, Glick with it off the line again. The second time that Kenny Lala has stopped Monaco from scoring at the very last instant. That is why you have a man on the post. He denied Touré in the first half. This time it was Glick with a very clever effort. Lala there again. Tielemans opening up the space in midfield for Monaco. I really want more from this man, Alexander Golovin. Everyone saw his quality in the summer. I haven't seen it so far in Ligue 1. Albeit this is only his third start in the competition, and he did get an assist in that 2-1 defeat to Rennes last time out, but his creativity is the reason why they paid 30 million for him. May not have been Thierry Henry's signing, but he's certainly a handy tool in his set. Lala, again having a very good evening. Brought down by Lionel Carroll, who's invited to run into that tram line. Costa does well against Glick in the air. Strasbourg just running down the clock a little with every single ball forward. Lala taking on Shadley, full of confidence, Kenny Lala. He'll cross this one left-footed. It's a very good one too to Carroll. Back across, Thomason arriving. Big chance wasted to make it 2-0. Great play from the two wing-backs, Lala and Carroll. And Thomason, well, he won't want to see that one again too many times. Poor finishing from the man whose goal separates these two teams. Costa winning it back high up the pitch. Cornier brings it forward. De Costa's kept on going. Very important intervention from Touré. The game beginning to stretch now as Monaco show their desperation for an equaliser. Half an hour left for Thierry Henry to try and manoeuvre something out of this rather difficult situation. Reminder, Monaco lost their captain, Radamel Falcao, after 35 minutes. Replaced by the 18-year-old forward, Moussa Silla. Who hasn't yet scored this season. He scored twice at the back end of the last campaign in a game against Caen. Moussa Silla, younger brother of the former Montpellier and Rennes player, Yacouba. Alexander Golovin. Tielemans. A different wavelength to Djibril Sidibé. When Monaco have the ball and are attacking, it's almost a front four with Sidibé and Henrys very high up the pitch. As they fold back to their defensive duties, it's Aoualou and Shadley who usually find themselves in the full-back position first of all. Golovin, room to manoeuvre here. It's Shadley. Again, Lala with a very important touch. Another corner kick for Nasser Shadley. Another decent delivery, not flicked on though by Aoualou, and Shadley just runs that one out of play. Goal kick for Strasbourg. And now it's Stevan Jovetic who will make way for Monaco. Certainly, it's youth being trusted by Thierry Henry already. Gracia now partnering Moussa Sylla up front for the visitors. Samuel Gracia, brought in from Troyes in the summer. He's a player that Henry earmarked when he arrived as a man he's hoping to count on regularly. Hasn't had the easiest start to his Monaco career. But he does have plenty of pace, and he will occupy this Strasbourg defence amply until the end of this game. Thomasson held off by Aoualou. He's wearing the 29 shirt, once, of course, adorned by Kylian Mbappe. Seems a while ago now that he was wearing Monaco's colours. He's done plenty since, including win a World Cup. Turned away by Martinez. Strasbourg just fading a little. They want to be careful here. They don't invite too much pressure onto them. Sidibé for Aoualou. Held up by Carroll. Nicely switched though by Aoualou. Now Henrys. Back for Aoualou. Sidibé. Left-footed cross is a good one towards Sylla. And dangerous from Gracia, who's going to go off here. He's barely been on the pitch 2 minutes. Samuel Gracia sent off for Monaco. And Thierry Henry's debut on the bench could not be going much worse right now. A goalkeeping error, an injured captain, and now a substitute sent off after barely 2 minutes on the pitch. As the size of the task he is facing just dawned on him. Of course he was aware of their position, the lack of form, the lack of confidence. But it's getting more and more difficult with the passing minutes. Anthony Gonçalves made the most of it by going for his face when it was actually his hand that was caught. But off goes Samuel Gracia. And he won't have made the impact that Henry will have wanted. Great disappointment for the youngster. It's being reviewed by the video assistant referee, who I think are aware that he did not in fact strike Anthony Gonçalves in the face. Henry watching this one with bated breath. Salves looks like he will be exiting the pitch after that challenge. And everyone has gone back into place, which means Monaco will indeed finish this one with 10 men. And Youssouf Ait Benasser is going to become the third change for Thierry Henry's Monaco this evening, as local hero Dimitri Liénard replaces Anthony Gonçalves with 22 minutes to go in this one. A man with an absolutely delightful left foot, especially from a set piece. Gonçalves, signs of some tears there. Bizarre. Well, can Monaco dig deep into their resources and come out with something that could prove a turning point, a salvation moment in their season? It's this sort of situation, backs against the wall, where real character is formed, where real leaders appear. Who is going to take on that role? The coach has been changed now. Surely it's up to the players to react. And Strasbourg come forward with confidence again. Leonard with his first touches since coming on. Cornier back for Leonard. Ibrahima Sissoko held up by Tielemans. Thomasson, the goal scorer. It's confident play this from Thierry Laurey's men. Lala at the heart of it all. Leonard. Sissoko. Very nicely done between he and Thomasson. Awalu is returned to Lameno. We'll get a very nice ovation, no doubt. And a season good enough here last season with Strasbourg to earn him a €14 million move. He's replaced by a man who spent a season on loan not too far from here, down the road in Nancy. A loan spell at Caen also. He's been at Monaco's books for some years now, Youssouf Benassa. Getting his chance in the first team this season. The young Moroccan international. Lala with the free kick. Moved away by Shadley, straight back to Lala. Now Carroll. The noise inside Lameno is fantastic. This is really one of the great atmospheres in France. Not the biggest stadium by any means at just 27,000 max capacity. My goodness, they make some noise. Worth a trip to Lameno if you're ever in the east of France on a weekend. Marcel's came some way there. Looking very cool, calm and collected and almost embarrassed. The reactions on the fans' faces behind. That was a close run thing in a silly way. It would have been to get Monaco back into the game. Fortunately, Silla couldn't quite keep it in. Suddenly that passing momentum that Monaco were beginning to build up has really gone out of their game since they dropped down to 10 men. Last time Monaco were beaten here was the 24th of November 2002, when Didier Deschamps was the visiting coach. And they're going to fall to a first defeat in 11 visits to La Menace. Certainly is looking more and more likely with every passing second. And although naturally all the focus is on Henry's Monaco, you can't underestimate the work that Thierry Loret is doing at Strasbourg this season. Win here, and that's 15 points from 10 games. A very respectable return for a team that has gone to hell and back in the past decade. Relegated as far down as France's 5th division before returning. Miraculously winning the Ligue 2 title 2 years ago. And it was a beautiful moment when Dimitri Liénard found the top corner from a free kick to ensure their safety against Lyon at the back end of last season. Club with a rich top-flight history. And they certainly deserved their lead against a rather poor Monaco side once again. Quarter of an hour to go before Thierry Henry can focus on some more tactical shape-ups before his side travel to Belgium to face Bruges on Wednesday evening in the Champions League. Next Ligue 1 outing is at home to Dijon next Saturday. And in mid-November, we face the small matter of hosting Paris Saint-Germain at the Stade Louis II on the 11th of November. An away trip to Reims between the Dijon game and the PSG game, which Thierry Henry will have no doubt earmarked as a potential building block. His mate Patrick Vieira lost his inaugural match on a Ligue 1 bench against Reims on the opening day. They went to Nice and won 1-0. Vieira and Henry meet in December as Monaco hosts Nice on the 8th of December. It will certainly be a very well-covered meeting between two good friends, Arsenal legends, 1998 World Cup winners. Another corner for Monaco, though, taken short by Chadli. Golovin. It's a good ball in. Mitrovic there ahead of Sells. And Liénard there ahead of Benassa. Can release Da Costa here. He's sent him a little wide, but there are 3 men up here for Strasbourg. Thomasson in the middle asking for it, and a brilliant returning challenge from Nasser Chadli. The man who took the corner, chasing all the way back to make sure his team weren't bludgeoned in their efforts to get back into this one. Liénard's corner. Sissoko was in there. It was Tielemans who got the header. Now Thomasson. Past Golovin nicely. And fouled. Free kick Strasbourg. And Henrys got a bit of a knock for his efforts there. He'll have to finish the game. Monaco have made all 3 changes. Pushed into his colleague. Golovin Gagar will send this one across for someone to meet. It's missed by everyone. It will come to Sissoko. Hoisted in towards Mitrovic, and C gathers this one. Strasbourg, for their part, will go into the away clash at Guingamp with great confidence if they can hold on to this, or even make it better. Da Costa striking at goal. Seydou C again needing a second invitation to hold on to it, but at least he did so this time. Taken off his toes by Lamine Kone. Approaching the final 10 minutes here. Certainly not what Thierry Henry would have been dreaming about last night. Great footwork from Da Costa. The shot was a little bit central in the end. Not very good news for Monaco's defence. It's Lebo Motiba who will come on. 4 goals and 1 assist in his last 5 games for Strasbourg. He's already adorned himself to the public here. He's a man who looks a very big talent in front of goal. The South African has scored 10 goals in 23 Liga appearances, both with Lille and now Strasbourg. Five goals already this season in just 9 appearances prior to coming on today. 5 in 14 for Lille last season after being recalled from a loan spell with Valenciennes in January. And he inflicts further damage on this rather sorry-looking Monaco team. Henrys. Strasbourg containing the threat very well here. The hole just appearing as Tielemans gets the ball and feeds Moussa Sylla. It might drop for Golovin. Well blocked by Pablo Martinez. Behind for a corner kick. It's those sort of moments where Strasbourg can't afford to switch off, and Martinez put his body on the line to make sure that that lead is preserved. Shadley again above the corner kick. And towards Glick, it was Tielemans trying to direct it towards goal. Unsuccessfully though. Now 7 minutes for Monaco. Henry trying to get some instructions across to keep his players' heads high. Leonard getting some instructions equally from Thierry Loret. Has to stay a little deeper. Make sure that his side see this one out. Zait Benassa brings it forward for Monaco. Good ball wide for Henrys, who has Golovin outside of him if he needs him. It is Golovin now. Away by Mitrovic from the header. Sidibe gets to the second ball. Mike Benassa recycling quickly towards Tielemans. Da Costa. Pass Glick and feeding Motiba. The man in great form on goal again. He doesn't miss those at the moment, Lebo Motiba. Monaco are 2 down. Strasbourg are in the clear. He's now scored in 3 consecutive games, Lebo Motiba, including both against Angers. In his last outing, he is on fire. 6 goals for the season already for the South African. And he's put any hopes of a Monaco comeback to bed with that. Great finishing from Motiba. And Henri's debut in a Ligue 1 dugout, not going the way he wanted. Glum, I think, would sum up the expression on his face. And that's off to Nuno da Costa, who spotted the chance to play him in there. Motiba, they come again, and it's da Costa again. Motiba is in the middle. Thomasson there to help. Leonard. Now Carol. Very impressive performance from the Alsatians. And with this victory, we'll make it 3 games without defeat. The 4th victory of the campaign. That could see them finishing the weekend inside the top 7. Leonard. Lala. Sissoko has acres of room to pick out the right pass, and he's done very nicely too. It's Thomasson. Da Costa is at the back post. That's a poor ball from Thomasson though. He looks to play in Leonard. Monaco perhaps gonna set up a counter-attack. The referee cuts it short. Foul on Nasser Chadli. And a yellow card for Sissoko. Equally, mentioning that Didier Deschamps lost his first games as a manager with Monaco. So did Leonardo Jardim. Doesn't really mean anything for Thierry Henry yet. But it's the performance and the storyline that's worrying as well, with the Falcao injury, the goalkeeping error, and the Gracia red card a couple of minutes after coming on. Certainly not the evening he would have hoped to be reflecting on later on. Chadli finds Silla. Can he keep his feet? Moussa Silla still going and taken out. Penalty, yes, no doubt about that. Pablo Martinez's challenge took Moussa Silla's standing leg, and Monaco have at least a chance to salvage some pride here. Great tenacity from 18-year-old Moussa Silla. who didn't give up on it despite losing his footing. And I don't think it was Martinez, actually, it was Carol that caught him. But with 3 Strasbourg players going for the same ball and none of them getting it, I think it's understandable the penalty was given by referee Nicolas Rainville. Just looking for confirmation now, though. Oh. He's reviewing his decision. Well, initially I thought it was the standing leg. Still looks that way from that angle. Be interesting to have another look at the camera that sees Moussa Sylla arriving from the front. Looks more like a slip from there. Hang on, watch his right foot. When he kicks Lionel Carroll, can you give that? I'm not sure you can, really. Certainly stops him from shooting, but Carroll hardly does it deliberately. And Nicolas Rainville maintains his decision. Penalty. Carroll at fault. And at least Thierry Henry might have a goal to celebrate on his managerial debut. With Falcao off the pitch, it's a man he knows very well from their days together, working with the Belgian national team, Yuri Tielemans, who places the ball down 12 yards out from Matt Sell's goal line. Belgian on Belgian here, and Tielemans gets the better of his compatriot. Monaco do have one at least this evening. Doesn't exactly lighten the post-game mood, but Tielemans from the spot has his 3rd strike of the campaign. And Monaco, the 2nd league game in the row, will no doubt fall to a 2-1 defeat. It was a very late Hatem Ben Arfa goal that sunk them at home to Rennes a couple of weeks ago. This time it's a very late goal, which perhaps has given them some hope of a comeback, but very little. They have 2.5 minutes to try and make something of this situation. Meanwhile, it's Strasbourg on the attack with Motiba. Now Thomasson. Strasbourg have the throw down where they want the ball. Monaco with all the defending to do here. And we reach the halfway mark in added time. Up in the air, Da Costa underneath it. Tielemans carries it out. Minute and 20-odd seconds to go. Tielemans past Sissoko. Finds Sylla, but foul has been called by Nicolas Rainville. 30 seconds to go as the two wing-backs exchange the ball for Strasbourg. Tielemans does well. Tiba showed his strength there. Not many people can hold off Kamil Glik in that manner. Pulled up though for the foul. The 4 minutes are up. Da Costa turns away from Sidibe, but he won't have time to go forward. Strasbourg have the win. They've spoiled the party on Thierry Henry's managerial debut. A difficult evening for the man who received a standing ovation prior to kick-off. But like his 1998 World Cup winning colleagues before him, Patrick Vieira and Didier Deschamps, who both lost their inaugural managerial games in Ligue 1, as did Leonardo Jardim. It is a 2-1 defeat for Thierry Henry's Monaco here in Strasbourg, in a game where the score was open following a dreadful goalkeeping error from that man Seydou Sy, Monaco's third-choice goalkeeper. Youri Tielemans' late penalty served strictly as consolation after Lebo Motiba had added a second for Strasbourg 5 minutes earlier. A very professional performance from Thierry Loret's hosts, but of course the headlines will read that Thierry Henry was unable to get the result he wanted on his managerial debut, on his return to the club that gave him his chance in the professional world. Certainly he will be disappointed with the performance, but he wasn't going to get a result straight away. I think that was clear with the situation that Monaco found themselves in his arrival. They are now 9 without a win. As they go over to applaud their supporters, it's a difficult time. But in Thierry Henry, they have a confident manager who believes in his ability. And we'll find out very soon if he has the ability to get the best out of this current Monaco squad. They remain on 6 points after 10 games. They will remain in the bottom 3, no doubt about that. Strasbourg, though, that's their 4th win of the season already. They're now unbeaten in 3. And frankly, with the way they set up, the way they defended and the way they took their goals, you can see them staying in the top half of the table for a long time this season. The fullbacks especially, the two we saw there, Lala and Carol, very impressive. Monaco will have to rebuild now. Work out how serious Radamel Falcao's injury is. Rebuild without Samuel Grandcir, who will now be suspended following his red card a couple of minutes after coming on. But again, Lebo Motiba with a goal. He is deadly at the moment. It was his second in the end that proves the difference between these two. And you can tell when a player is happy, and he certainly looks happy here at Strasbourg, Lebo Motiba.
Monaco, une première difficile évidemment pour Thierry Henry, mais c'est vrai que quand on perd Falcao au bout de quelques minutes, quand Samuel Grandcir se fait expulser du terrain, c'est déjà des éléments qui sont difficiles.
Ouais, ça nous a pas facilité la tâche.
Well, the red card, the injury to Falcao didn't help us, but we certainly created a few chances. We could have scored, but we didn't.
Samuel très vite.
Second half, when we lost Samuel Grandcir,
on a vu quelques soucis dans les passes, peut-être un manque de confiance à la suite des défaites. Qu'est-ce qu'il va falloir améliorer, peut-être changer? Je sais que si vous aviez la clé du de le remettre pour changer tout ça, ce serait fait. Mais qu'est-ce qu'il va falloir améliorer justement pour la suite?
Améliorer dans tous les postes de jeu, je pense, dans tout ce qui est passé. Et devant la finition aussi, on doit commencer à marquer. Et ensuite, je pense que ça va aller.
La question, c'était quoi la tactique de Thierry Henry sur ce match, la consigne principale?
Déjà, c'était d'être solide.
Henry's
on n'a pas concédé beaucoup d'occasions. On a laissé très peu d'espace
I think in the first half we didn't give them much. We created a few chances. It's just a shame that it didn't work in the end. Terrific scenes as the Strasbourg players celebrate in unison with their fans. Fans who have witnessed some brilliant moments here since their return to Ligue 1. Look at the smiles on the Strasbourg players' faces. They've just ruined Thierry Henry's managerial debut and they love it. And we're the first team to beat PSG last season. That is just one of a number of great memories that these Strasbourg fans have. And they've got another one to the collection. Thanks to goals from Adrien Thomasson and Lebo Motiba. Strasbourg 2-1 winners over Monaco. Terrific result for Thierry Laurey's men. And they may well celebrate.
La réaction de Nuno da Costa. Nuno, ça a été un gros match de la part de Strasbourg. Qu'est-ce qui a fait la grosse différence ce soir? On savait que vous pouviez battre des grosses équipes, on l'avait vu la saison dernière, mais on a l'impression que cette année, vous pouvez battre vraiment tout le monde, surtout à la Méno, avec une régularité que l'on voit au fil des journées.
Non, je pense que cette année, on a retrouvé une solidité défensive.
Well, this year,
on sait que les coups offensifs vont arriver, donc on a cette assurance derrière, et puis derrière, dès qu'on a des occasions devant, on essaie d'être au maximum efficace, et c'est ce qui a été fait aujourd'hui.
We're doing that, and we're putting them away at the moment. Énormément travaillé pour vos coéquipiers. C'est ce que vous avez encore fait ce soir avec aussi une passe décisive.
Bien sûr, après, on sait que si moi je me sens bien, mes coéquipiers vont être bien, donc forcément j'essaie de travailler au maximum pour eux. Et puis ça fait toujours plaisir de retrouver mon copain devant et de lui filer une petite galette.
And when my mate Lebo Motiba came on to give him a little assist, that's nice as well.
C'est quoi la suite? Vous imaginez quoi pour vous et pour votre équipe?
Continuer à travailler et essayer d'acquérir au maximum de points avant la trêve.
Make sure we keep working hard and try and get as many points now before the winter break. We know it's going to be difficult after that. So it's a question of making sure we don't let our heads drift now. We've got confidence in our striking options. Whoever's playing, we can make the difference. So we'll keep working in this mind frame. Keep moving forward until the January break, and then we can see. There we are, confirmation of the final score in Thierry Henry's first game in charge of Monaco. 2-1 it finished to Strasbourg. Thomasson and Motiba with the goals for the hosts. Tielemans' late penalty proving consolation only after Samuel Grancière was sent off only a couple of minutes after entering the frame here at La Méno. Reminder also that Falcao will have to be checked out after he went off injured. There was the goal, a shocking error from Seydou. And the second one, 5 minutes before Tielemans' penalty. Motiba, very similar to the two he scored a couple of weeks ago in Angers, shipping over the goalkeeper. Then came the penalty through good work from Moussa Sylla. tucked away by Tielemans to make it 2-1. That was to be the final score in Alsace. Let's have a look at the scores elsewhere in Liga this evening. Nantes with a huge victory over Toulouse, a brilliant result for them, who've been struggling so badly, beaten 3-0 in Vahid Halilhozic's first game in charge last weekend. Big result for them. Another victory for Lille, which means they continue to, well, put the pressure on PSG, I suppose you can say, despite the 11-point gap between them, but they remain second anyway. Very impressive start to the season from Christophe Galtier's men. Strasbourg, they move up to 6th for the time being, with Monaco dropping to the bottom of the table. That's how we will leave it for now. Thierry Henry's Monaco in bottom position of Ligue 1. Plenty of work ahead for him. But from La Meno, thank you for joining us. It's been a pleasure. My name's Armel Tanguy. I'll see you again very soon. Good night.